Tonight, the football fans of Birmingham and the city officials of Birmingham are out to prove that this city wants to keep the Stallions. Recent events have resulted in the loss of ownership and financial backing, and the city is trying to work things out, and the fans are letting the world know they want things worked out. And tonight, the Stallions host the Oakland Invaders here live from Legion Field. Number 42, Paul Otkaruth. One of the twin men deep. It's taken by one of the up men if they can get on the ball, and they have to fall on the ball at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for Birmingham. Cliff Stoudt comes out, the quarterback. He's got that bad right elbow, and I want to tell you, keep the kids away from the television set. I'm half joking, but it does not look good, and we'll show it to you a little bit later. Joel Coles will start tonight. He's been injured with a shoulder, number 35, and Joe Cribbs, number 20 in the backfield. Wide receivers, Joey Jones, number 4, Jim Smith, 86, Yale Mason, 81, the tight end, McKinley and Phoenix, the tackles, Idlett and Saint in the guards, and we'll see whether it is Battaglia starting at center. He has got a hamstring problem. And here's Joe Cribbs getting a yard or two, and that is about all to the 22-yard line. That was Tim Moore in the middle. Let's give you the defense right now. Monty Bennett, number 91, Tim Moore, 92, Dave Browning, 73, the front three. Your linebackers with both Lucas and McClanahan out. McClanahan with a concussion. Thomas Carter, 52, Gary Plummer, 51, Ray Bentley, 50, David Shaw, 58. Your corners, Vito McKeever, 36, Derek Martin, 24. Your safeties, David Grinwood, 31, John Sullivan, 41. 2nd down and 8. And the fake to Cribbs. Stoudt still has the ball. Has a man wide open on the far side. And Jim Smith gets yet another catch. His 32nd of the year. Ray Bentley, the linebacker, finally got to him.
I think that Derek Martin, the corner man on that side, number 24 for Oakland, thought maybe he was going to get some help to the inside. Take a look at Derek Martin. He is gone. Jim Smith comes back, and Martin not even in the play.
McKeever came up to help out Bentley. It's a 1st down at the 45-yard line. And now Cribbs does have the football and again has nowhere to go. And Paul, let's talk about Joe Cribbs. All those 1,000-yard years he has had. What is happening here in Stallionville, where even Riley Dodge says we've got to get back to the basics of running the ball? This man hasn't had a 100-yard game yet.
In 6 games here, 7 games here, no 100-yard games. Last year he had 6 of them. He gets 85, 86 yards. They're winning. Let's not knock it there. But Joe Cribbs, they're not just opening the holes wide enough. They're just not opening the holes wide enough for Cribbs to get through.
Showed us an I formation for a moment, but now shift to a twin set, 2nd down 11. Cribbs again, and not much there again. There is Stoudt, and let's talk about this elbow, Paul. This is something. Look at this.
It isn't, boy, I hate to say this, it isn't as bad as it looks. Now, you think it's easy to play this sport, it is not. Cliff said the arm feels pretty good. At the beginning of the week, think about it, that thing was 4 times the size as it is right now. It's just black and blue, and that's what makes it look so ugly.
3rd down, about 7 to go from the 48. Stoudt back to throw again. He's completed his only pass. Now he's going to run. He's a good runner, and he's got the 1st down. And now he better get down or get out of bounds, which he does at about the 36-yard line. 1st down, the Stallions. You know, 9 touchdowns last year, Paul.
You said it so right about him being a good runner, because watch what he does when he looks like he's going to go down. Here he is now. Everybody's dropping off. The blocking's there. He steps up in the pocket. But when he gets to David Shaw, who is the linebacker, Shaw thinks he's going to go down right here. Watch. Now, I'll just move to the outside. Shaw misses him completely. Stoudt goes out of bounds, gets a block from Joey Jones, and no one touches him.
1st down from the 36. Early 1st quarter, no score. And that's Cribbs again. Steps in a little hole there, gets inside the 35, down to about the 33-yard line, and is put down there by Bentley, number 50, who is their 2nd leading tackler to Gary Plummer, number 51, the other inside linebacker.
Good blocking in the line that time, and especially by Pat Saint, number 74, the right guard. He pulled out, blocked the end out. Cribbs goes inside.
Saint and very strong. You can see how the Birmingham offense rates in the league. It is number 7 overall, 4th in rushing the ball. Second down, 7. Now Cribbs has got the hold he needed. He's got the first down inside the 25-yard line. Dragged down across the way by the right cornerback, Derek Martin, number 24.
Jim, he got such a great block from Mr. Perry, number 30, who has been out of the lineup for a while. But Perry gets an excellent block on the outside, and Cribbs could not believe the hole he saw. Here comes Perry out.
And Robin Earl comes in as a tight end. On the left side, Smith is set to the left. They haven't thrown toward Joy Jones. They've only thrown once tonight. That was completed to Smith. Jones is toward the right, and Cribbs, oh my. He really ran into a brick wall there. Led by Tim Moore, number 92, who is their nose tackle. Reuben Vaughn has already been in there. Vaughn is a better pass rusher, at least in statistics, than is the man who starts ahead of him, Tim Moore. Bennett and Browning are the men on either defensive end. They are using the 3-4. And now out comes Robin Earl, a tight end, and Leon Perry, a back, goes in for him. And here is Stoudt. Stout's going to put it up for Joy Jones, and the ball is knocked away. That was Vito McKeever circling out of the end zone to knock the ball away from Joy Jones. Jones was standing there waiting for the ball, and McKeever went in front of him.
Joy Jones didn't come back to the ball. He thought that Stoudt was going to get the ball to him, but Vito McKeever, you talk about picking up some ground. Watch, Jones takes him to the post, brings him to the outside. Now watch Vito McKeever. Knows he can't get the ball. All he has to do is get a hand on it. Joy Jones waiting. Isn't that beautiful? That's great defense.
On the other hand, Jones should have come back to the ball and perhaps circle around him and score.
Exactly.
Third down and 8 to go from the 23-yard line. Stoudt, he's got time, now running a little bit, and now he's got a man, that's Joy Jones, inside the 10-yard line. First down goal to go. This time he gets the ball with McKeever right on top of him.
Jim, in defense of a defensive back, we'll get to Vito McKeever in a second, but here goes Stoudt again. He kept Perry and Cribbs in the block. He sees now that Joey Jones is not open because he's looking at him all the way. Now he's going to slide to the outside. This is where it puts the pressure on a defensive back. You can only cover for so long. Now take a look at Vito McKeever. You don't see him in the picture right now. There's a pass to Joey. He knows he's going to get hit, tucks the ball away. First down.
Drive started at the 21-yard line. Here they are at the 9-yard line. Robin Earl checks into the ball game. And look at Cribbs. Touchdown. They didn't stop him. 9 yards. Scores his 5th touchdown on the ground this year. A 79-yard drive. And that's the way to keep the Stallions in Birmingham. Play like that.
Jim, watch number 30, Perry. He gets the block. They're blocking in the line, but Perry right there, he gets the excellent block on number 21, Davis. Joe Cribbs dances in.
Held the ball for nearly 6 minutes. 5 minutes and 58 seconds on this drive.
Here's the double team by the two tight ends. There's Perry and Mason, Earl and Mason there. And then when Earl gets the block, all he did, Robin Earl is squeezed off, and they have it.
Danny Miller adds the extra point. 9:02 to go. First quarter. Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama. And it is the Stallions who lead Oakland by the score of 7-0.
Even in time, there's just a little over a minute that separates the two teams offensively. Unbelievable.
That's why someone says, pick the game. Well, thus far, you'd pick the Stallions because they controlled the ball for nearly 6 minutes and scored. But statistically, they're just about even in the one-loss column. One is 5-2, the other is 4-2-1. That is Sean Faulkner back there along with Darrell Hart, twin safeties, as Danny Miller kicks off. And now, Oakland will touch the ball for the first time. Hart, returning kickoffs for the first time tonight, gets out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And so Bobby Hebert and company will come in, but this is the man who scored the touchdown, Joe Cribbs.
Here's a great shot from ground level. You see the double team there, and watch there's a kick out right there, and watch Perry, number 30. He blocks in on Davis, and when Joe Cribbs sees that, says, thank you, Mr. Perry, I'll score.
There's Cribbs. Hebert out there with John Williams, 43, Albert Bentley, 32 as running back, Anthony Carter, number 1. Gordon Banks has caught a pass in every single USFL game played. 43, 88 is his number. Doug Cozen, 89, the tight end. We'll give you the offensive line in a moment. Mark the ball at the 27th. Second man through. John Williams goes nowhere. Penny and Markham are your offensive tackles. Wiska and Franz the guards, and Jim Leonard at center. Now, defensively, along the front four, Dave Purefoy, 75, Jackie Klein, 98, Doug Smith, 97, Mike Perko, 69. The linebackers, Herb Spencer, 55, Bill Rowe, 52. He just made that tackle. Ken Kelly, 56. At the corners, Dennis Woodbury, 21, and David Evans, 26. And your safeties, David Dumars, 22, and Chuck Clanton with 8 interceptions, 24. Second and 10. Hebert back to his first pass of the night. And he can run with the ball as everybody drops off. Hebert goes down at about the 33. And I would assume that Mom and Pop Hebert, who came over from Louisiana by train, did not like that hit on their son.
And they're also yelling from the stands, will you get down? Because Rowe and Spencer's going to spear him in the head. Hebert back, he's looking, not even looking at Anthony Carter. Now he is. Carter broke it off. But take a look at, here comes Rowe, 52. He goes down, but watch Spencer.
Oh, boy.
Good thing he didn't catch him with the helmet, or they'd have called it.
3rd and 4.
Come on, dude. Stop it, baby.
Hebert, and this is Jordan, who was not expected to play tonight. And Eric gets a rude awakening. He's been battling a thigh bruise. Said he was okay. Played in the game, carried the ball for the first time, and he is knocked down and knocked down hard. That was Herb Spencer, the linebacker on that side, number 55.
Spencer makes the play, but Jackie Klein, number 98, is the man that causes it. Watch what Klein does. He gets upfield and turns Jordan right back in to Spencer. And when you do that, you can make the tackles at the line.
Well, this fellow has led the USFL for the last 2 years in punting. Stan Talley, 42 yards plus thus far. And the man back deep is Thad McFadden, who leads USFL in returning punts. So you got the leading punter in the league punting to the leading punt returner in the league. That's not a good kick, but may get great results. Nope, not going to even get great results out of it. That ball will be marked, let's see, out at the 37-yard line. 6:09 to go. Cribbs coming the other way for not much. Looked like Monty Bennett, number 91, the left defensive end, and Gary Plummer, 51, in on the tackle. A gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6, and here comes Leon Perry, the blocker, back in, and they take out Joel Coles. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Good crowd, Legion Field. I don't know if it's going to hit the hope for 50,000, but be aware people are still coming into the stands. Might have been some confusion because the game began at 8 o'clock last week and 7 o'clock this week Central Time. Stop with the ball, puts it over the middle, and boom. Hey, Joe Cribbs took a shot from Ray Bentley then, number 50. And that is not enough for the first down. It'll be 3rd down and short, about 2.5 yards.
Well, Saindon and Phoenix and Battaglia, the right side of that offensive line, you see him blocking, and there's Mason. He's going out in the pattern. But just take a look. Right at the line of scrimmage, they keep the defensive line there. That's good protection. You know that Cribbs is a gutty football player when you can throw that pass over the middle when it's delayed like that, and he knows the linebacker's coming like Bentley and still hangs on to the ball.
3rd down and 2, 7-0 Birmingham first quarter. Cribbs again. Cribbs has got the first down, and lots more is dragged down out of bounds by John Sullivan, the free safety. Let me tell you something. We haven't had a flag thrown yet, so I haven't had a chance to say who the officials are. Wesley Ward is the referee. The umpire is Ed Manning. John Pitkus is the head linesman.
All right, Jim, take a look. Here, they're blocking here on Ray Bentley. He gets blocked, and just take a look. Right there is the block that we're talking about. Bentley is kicked out. Perry gets an excellent block. Everybody in that front line, that's Phil McKinley, the left tackle, coming out. He's pulling on the play.
Now remember, Oakland is number 2 in the league against the running game. Here's Stoudt to throw for Joey Jones, and Jones goes up and does not get the ball in double coverage. Double coverage.
Yep. Maybe
McKeever and Sullivan back with it.
It may be double coverage, Jim, but I'll tell you, Sullivan really nailed him. At the end, McKeever's back there, but just take a look. Watch number 41 come into the play. Joey Jones going up for the ball, and right there, bang, that'll snap your head a little bit. He's not the big man. Remember, Joey is awful small. McKeever's up in the air, but there it is when Sullivan wants to make you pay a little bit.
Second down and 10 to go. Now Ken Toller has replaced Joey Jones, number 85, after that long run. Ball is instead, well, Joe, where are you going to go? He's found someplace to go, hasn't he? And Cribbs may have another first down near the 31-yard line. Oliver Davis made the stop.
Jim, Reuben Vaughn saying, I got him. No, you don't. Take a look at the moves of Joe Cribbs. This tells you why he's such a great back. Watch this. The dip outside. Vaughn, number 77, was sitting there waiting, tried to get him. David Shaw, number 58, tried to get him. That's all wrong. And now they're gonna measure this. It looks like he may have the first down.
Riley Dosh says that his Stallions were going to run again. And some people said, well, you're going to try it against the number 2 rushing defense in the league, Oakland, and they got the first down. But be aware what some of the Oakland staff have said. We're number 2 against the rush, partly because nobody rushes against us. We're so easy to throw on.
That was a great line.
Let me finish out the officials. Richard Sands, the line judge. Back judge, Richard Eichhorst. On Gassaway, the side judge. Field judge, James Fogeltans. Now, you can see Oakland defensively, number 2 against the run, allowing only 97.6 yards per game. That average will go up in this first quarter. 4:11 to go. Birmingham by touchdown and driving for another, they hope. First down at the 31. Coles is back in. And Paul Caruth is in. And the ball is thrown out here to the tight end, Daryl Mason. And Mason's got another first down inside the 20. David Greenwood ran him out of bounds.
Gary Plummer, the linebacker, the left inside linebacker on the defense, he's trying to cover on the tight end. He was getting help from David Greenwood, but David Greenwood's worried too much on the outside on Joey Jones and or Smith.
Paul, as we said at the beginning, the Stallions say they know things will be worked out. Why worry about off-field financial problems with the club? We're going to play football. They played outstanding football in this first half. Outstanding. Here's Cribbs again, running the ball all the goal. Fine play behind the line of scrimmage by David Shaw, the linebacker. Number 58.
That is a good play because Pat Saindon was trying to seal off everything to the outside. If he gets the block, Joe Cribbs is still running. But watch Shaw. He comes all the way from the other side of the field to catch Joe Cribbs from behind. The reason he caught him from behind is Joe was waiting on the blocks.
Stout is 4 of 6 for 50 yards, but the big story tonight is Joe Cribbs. He's been playing, carrying the ball about every time that Stoudt hadn't put it up, and he's only put it up 6 times. There's the reverse to Joey Jones. Jones has open room at the 15, to the 10, and down he goes with quite a hit near the 9-yard line. Joey Jones put down by Derek Martin.
You know who made the play for him? Cliff Stoudt blocks David Browning on the outside. Didn't have to knock him down or anything. All he has to do is get in front of Browning, and the play is made to the inside. Take a look. Here's C-18 Stoudt. Now watch him. He's out there on Browning now. When Joey Jones goes by, you're going to see Cliff Stoudt just shielding off. That's all he has to do. Right there on 73 Browning. Joey cuts it back inside. He looks. He sees he's got people downfield. They're going to help him. Phil McKinley is also down there. They pick up another first down.
First down at the 9. That's from about the same spot Cribbs ran it in earlier in this quarter. Now Joe is out in motion, and Stoudt may throw to him, but Stout's going to run it. Nobody's coming up to get him. Touchdown! Everybody stayed in the end zone, didn't want to commit and leave their man, and Stoudt simply ran it in.
Yeah, Stoudt ran it in all right, and so did Buddy Adelette run over Gary Plummer, number 51. Here comes 78 Adelette. Now watch what Buddy does. Stoudt says, okay, go. Now when he hears the go sign, here comes Plummer, 51. Goodbye, Plummer. Hello, touchdown.
I like that one.
Sounded good to me.
Danny Miller in to try the extra point. And this ball game has been all Stallions so far. But that is a potent offense that Oakland has, but they got to get it on track. 2:24 to go. 14-0 Birmingham. Big crowd. Bad kick taken by one of the up men. And Oakland will get back. Oh, they lost the football there for a moment. That was Gary Plummer returning the ball, but I think he fumbled the ball out of bounds, and it still belongs to the Invaders. Time call, 2:16 to go in the first quarter. And as of this moment, the first quarter belongs entirely to the Stallions, Cliff Stoudt and company, Joe Cribbs. second week in a row, Oakland is down 14-0. But when they lost to Portland and the surprise last week, they had 5 turnovers. Tonight, no turnovers so far. Birmingham has just taken it right to them.
They had the ball one time, and you got to have the ball to score. But yet they say, Jim, you can score more ways on defense. not against Birmingham, but
you know Bobby Heber's going to put it up. And they've got David Evans' head up on Anthony Carter. Now backing off a little bit. There's Hebert flipping the ball out to one of his backs, and that is number 43, John Williams. And Williams has Herb Spencer on top of him, number 55. But that's their best gain of the night, and that may be enough for the first down there, or I think they're going to have to measure.
Jim, that is an excellent call by the Oakland Invaders with Bobby Hebert, because you've got Gordon Banks and you've got Anthony Carter split out, and everybody's looking for him. They figure you're down 14 points. They're going to try and get something right back here real quick. The linebackers are flying. They just dumped that little screen pass, and it could be for 10 yards. I think they might be about a nose short.
Well, as we look at that, I'll ask you a silly question. You have heard of the run-and-shoot offense, have you not? It's the first down. Not a run-and-shoot offense here, but now as we look down at Oakland, Anthony Carter, number 1, Mike Schumann, number 85, Gordon Banks, number 88, Derek Holloway, number 29, all wide receivers, all in the ballgame.
But I think they're going to pass.
I think so. And they're sending 3 wide receivers. Well, they're keeping Holloway in the backfield at the moment. He may go in motion.
He will not run with the football, I'll tell you that.
He's not going in motion. But there are 4 wide receivers in there. They're getting it out to Holloway out here. This little man can fly, and he gets down to about the 45-yard line and pick up perhaps 7 yards. He is only 5'7". And you know, Paul, I don't feel big around football players, but I walked out with Derek Holloway from a hotel today, and I felt like a giant. He is a small man.
He is a small man, but he's got great hands. And Jim, if this frame here might pick it up, you're going to see AC Anthony Carter, number 1, get a tremendous block on Herb Spencer. It'll be out in front. There's Spencer. Watch Anthony Carter take him out and put him on the ground.
Well, Anthony weighs at least 160.
I know, he's tough. He's spirited.
Take it away from him, baby.
From the 45, second down and 2. Hebert on second and short to throw. Now has a man and puts it out there to Schumann, and Schumann has the first down. Schumann is down to the 36-yard line. Make it the 34-yard line as they mark it inside the stripe.
Jim, excellent blocking, excellent pass protection. It was good defense. That's why that Hebert had to go. Now take a look at Penny. He's on Perko, 69. Penny is 74. He's just keeping Perko to the outside. That's all he has to do. Now Hebert steps up. Everybody's by him. He has room to either run now or find Schumann, which he did, and they pick up another first down.
Schumann out of the game, Albert Bentley in, so 3 wide receivers. Carter is over here with David Evans playing about 10 yards off him on the near side of the screen. And picture. Hebert. Oh, that is in the grass, right there. In the grass by Jackie Klein. And the fans, anytime Joey Jones does something or Anthony Klein does something, a little extra yell because they played their football down the road in Tuscaloosa. Put the ball back at the 43-yard line. They've got to get it over the 24 for the first down.
I think the man blocking was Tracy France, number 64, and supposed to be blocking. No, he's going out on Purifoy. Jackie Klein is coming right up the middle from the inside. The center did not take him. Jim Leonard, number 63. Jackie Klein in the backfield, a loss of 9 yards.
Second down and 19 from the 43. Holloway back in motion from the backfield. They got the blitz coming on, and Hebert's in trouble and gets out of trouble for the moment at least. Now he's in trouble, real trouble. Buried from behind by Herb Spencer. Put the ball back in Invader territory, and they got to get over the 24-yard line of Birmingham. Purifoy forced him out of the pocket.
You're right, Jim. Dave Purifoy, number 75, is the man that's going to force Hebert to the outside. Dale Markham, 72, just misses him. But watch what happens now. Here's a linebacker, Herb Spencer, that just does not quit. I don't know what Hebert is thinking about because he knows he's being chased. You cannot stop. But he also had Jackie Klein, 98, up in his face. Now we've got third down and tomorrow.
Obviously, Bobby wanted to set up, and you cannot take time to set up under those conditions. Those conditions being number 55, Herb Spencer. From the 46. Third and about 30 Hebert puts it out here for Carter in the middle of a group of people, and Clinton almost had his 9th interception.
Jim, mix-up in the play because Gordon Banks, 88, and Anthony Carter ended up in the same spot. I think it was Gordon Banks, or it could have been Derek Holloway. But take a look. There are 4 defenders back there. It is. It's Gordon Banks in front of Anthony Carter. He should not be there. Clanton playing center field. He's got 8 interceptions, hasn't he, so far this year?
That's right.
Almost 9.
Stan Talley, leading punter for the last 2 years, had that one punt of 29 yards. Watch him this time. A good punter very seldom gets 2 bad punts in a row.
Want to bet?
Whoops. What'd I say? Except he angles it for the sidelines, and it's going to turn out great, as it'll be marked at about the 14-yard line. And a flag is down back at the 47-yard line, and Talley is simply standing there. He did not go down. Let's see if it's an eligible receiver downfield or whatever.
Illegal motion. Number 96 on the offense.
A special teams member, that is Sullivan, a defensive end who plays on the kicking team that moved across. So called by our referee, Wesley Ward.
They'll kick this one again because that ball did go down to about the 14-yard line. Talley did not get a good kick, Jim, but he got the good roll, and he seems to be kicking away from the return man, and that's a smart thing to do. But
since he leads the league, too.
Yeah, I would.
5 seconds, 4. They can run this out without getting the snap off, and that's what they're going to do. Nope, they get it off just as it hits 0. And here's another squib kick away from McFadden. And this is going to be about the same result, only better, maybe a yard better for Oakland, as Birmingham will get the ball on the 13-yard line when we start the second quarter. At the end of 1, Stallions lead the Invaders 14-0.
14-0 game, and that tells you when you have 142 to 35 yards. The impressive thing with Birmingham, we know they have a pretty good defense, Jim, but when they can do 142 yards in 1 quarter, their offense is back on track.
Multiplied by 4, and it becomes astronomical. Here's Stoudt. Oh, he's in trouble this time, and gets the ball towards several linemen. If there's a back or a tight end in there, he's okay. I see no flag, so there must have been.
Leon Perry, I think number 30, the fullback, was in there.
I see him, okay.
And this was not supposed to be a screen. He just dumped the ball away. Thomas Carter, number 52, was in his face. That's a smart thing to do. It'd have been back on about the 5-yard line.
And great discipline by his offensive line, holding, not stepping across the line of scrimmage to put an illegal receiver downfield. They didn't know what Stoudt was doing back there. Had to wait for him to throw, which he finally did. Perry comes out. Smith comes to the left. Joey Jones goes to the right. Coles has rejoined Cribbs in the backfield. Here's Stoudt. 3rd down, and underthrows Joey Jones by plenty. He was being harassed on the occasion by Thomas Carter. So it's 4th down, and for the first time we see the veteran Bob Parsons, former Chicago Bear, coming on to do the punting. Gordon Banks goes back deep along with Sean Faulkner in twin safety. Parsons standing on his own 3. Oh, flag is down. Kick is good. And Faulkner is still on his feet, and another flag goes down, so hold on.
Well, we're going to have one against Birmingham for illegal motion, and the other one is going to be blocking from behind in the back below the knees, near his ankles.
And what are they going to do?
And they'll replay.
That's right.
And somebody is hurt down there.
Yep.
And that's 26 Evans, a defensive back.
He is the man they put right head up with Anthony Carter on the corner. And he is the man that the Oakland staff was talking about today as being awfully good. David Evans, 3-year man out of Central Arkansas, has gone to the sidelines, and the officials and players are walking back downfield. Wesley Ward will give us a signal. We would assume that'll be offsetting penalties.
Well, then it's a replay. Illegal motion, the right tackle of the offense. Illegal block on the return. Offset, we'll replay the down.
I'll go back and kick it again. 13:51 to go in the first half. And the concern now has to be, and I'm looking You see Charlie Sumner across the way, standing over there with Tom Newton. But I'm looking down to see where Evans might be, and they've got a bundle of people grouped around him on the bench. Look like trainers, concerned ball players, assistant coaches, perhaps a team doctor, I don't know, but he's got about a half a dozen people around him. Now Parsons to kick again. And there are your twin safeties, Banks and Faulkner. Banks 88, Faulkner 28. Not the same kind of kick, but that is Banks this time. And he is a good little kick returner and gets the ball back into Birmingham territory. Best field position of the night for the Invaders. They needed 13:29 to go in the half. Stallions 14 last week. Leads the rushing leaders of the USFL. Bentley of Oakland started fast, has cooled over the last couple of games. Cribbs, as we told you, started slowly and has picked up over the last couple of games. He has already carried the ball 12 times tonight for 63 yards. Now your rushing leaders average per carry, and Bentley is 6'1". Look at Walter Lewis, the quarterback of Memphis, is doing every time he carries the ball. Nearly 9 yards. Oakland down 14-0. Second quarter, first down, 47-yard line of Birmingham. Bentley, the fullback, who gets across the 45 and down to about the 43. Herb Spencer is there. And also getting up is Purifoy.
Jim Evans is out, and they've got Mickey Sutton, number 25, playing over there, and you would think that you would go right over there and throw the ball on Sutton.
I think I'd put Anthony Carter out there. Holloway is going out there. Carter is not in the ball game at the moment. There's Evans. He is up. And here's Bentley again. And that is Herb Spencer, number 55, the primary tackler. And as we said, Carter is not in the ball game and is now coming into the ball game on third down and short about 3 yards.
All right, let's take a look at Mr. Bentley. Williams is blocking for him right there in row. Number 52 is going to be the first man there. Gets a piece of him, and then the other linebacker, Herb Spencer, 55, is the man who puts him away.
Third and short, Carter goes out to the left, and Sutton is out there. Evans not back in. Let's see if they throw to Anthony Carter. Thrown to him once tonight, and Banks was in the same area. Going back, Carter downfield, Will he get a chance? Yes, and over here by himself for the catch is Gordon Banks, and that means 44 in a row. Every single USFL weekend, Gordon Banks has caught a pass.
Remember we talked about Joey Jones not coming back to the ball? Well, this time, take a look at what Gordon Banks does. When he makes his move on Woodbury downfield, he's going to see right here now that that Hebert's in trouble. So what does he do? He comes right back, still has the first down, goes down, and they keep the drive alive.
Ball is at the 31, and we'll watch Sutton over there with Anthony Carter, and now he's getting some help over there. It's back, Williams looking for somewhere to run, and that's a good effort by John Williams, a former Wisconsin star, to pick up about 5. And now we see that Sutton made the tackle, but we see that David Evans is back in the ballgame. Well, after being worked onto the bench, he's been taped or whatever. It is back in his right corner spot.
Slight spring.
Now it is second down and 5. 11 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the half. Birmingham by 14. The Invaders looking to get on the scoreboard. They were here last week and didn't get enough. They lost to Portland 30-17 in a big upset. Hebert still with the ball. Hebert. Carter!
I don't believe that.
I don't either. That's first and goal to go. They said you won't believe it, and we've seen Anthony Carter play throughout his collegiate career and in the USFL, but we still say I don't believe that.
Jim, what he does here, it shows you how smart Anthony Carter is. Now, Evans is back out there covering him, but watch what Anthony Carter does. He knows that the ball is in the air and it's high, and he's going to wait. Watch him block out Evans. He takes him with his back, moves him away, keeps the ball out far enough where Evans can't get to his hands, and he makes those catches look easy.
Banks and Carter both go out. The word is that in practice, you would never know that Anthony Carter's that good. He drops the ball, doesn't have concentration, but when they tee it up for real, he's got it. Kinney is lined up as an end on the left side, and into the end zone goes Williams. John Williams scores his second touchdown of the year, and all of a sudden, the huge crowd here in Lidson Field goes quiet for a moment as it's 14-6 with Novobojovic coming on to attempt the extra point.
Go to where your strength is. Leonard, Franz, and Markham on that right side. Here goes Williams up over the top, but they just blew people off the line of scrimmage. Newton, number 45, was playing the fullback spot. You see Newton blocking on roll right there. When he gets that block, he got a little help from Franz, number 64, the right guard, and Williams could have gone in without diving.
Jovic. With Pisano holding, it is a 14-7 ball game. Birmingham leads. 10:15 to go. This is the night when the city of Birmingham wants to save their. Flutie again, the New Jersey Generals against Walter Lewis. We just saw moments ago that he's averaging about 9 yards a carry. That'll be a big game at the Liberty Bowl, and we'll have it for you here on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Friday night. Jovic to kick off. And again, Paul Uncaruth and Thad McFadden are the deep men. This is, well, that's Mickey Sutton back there this time. Sutton from the 15 and out to about the 20-yard line, and that is about all. Tackled there by Faulkner.
Look at the surge of that offensive line, Jim. They just take the Birmingham Stallions defensive line right back to the end zone. Williams touchdown. That's where you draw them up.
Here comes Stoudt back in with Cribbs, who's carried the ball 12 times. Joel Coles, despite a shoulder injury, is the other running back. 6 plays it took for those 47 yards, with Williams going over from 2 yards out. Good ball game. Invaders now have their game in gear offensively. Let's see how they can do defensively. There's Stoudt swinging the ball out. That is Cribbs with the ball. And Cribbs is put down by Bentley, the first man to hit him, number 50. On top of him there is 36, Vito McKeever. And that is very close to a first down, and may be the first down.
Remember when the Oakland Invaders on a first down play came out with a screen? Birmingham said, if you do, so can I. Here they go. They come back to the outside. They're getting blocked. Now, Saindon just falls over Plummer downfield, but Plummer couldn't get back up to make the play. Joe Cribbs picks up the first down.
First down from the 31-yard line. Smith to the right, Jones left. Big split in that backfield. They get all the Cribbs. How about that? Gets a little push-away block by Joey Jones, but not enough to fend off the man, and Derek Martin makes the stop. Number 24.
You know, Joey Jones really did the smart thing. He would have been a clip right there on Derek Martin, but when Joe Cribbs sees there's nothing on the inside, so he bounces to the outside. Now, Greenwood, 31, is there. They're stringing everything out. Derek Martin is the man that makes the play. There's about a yard gain on the play, but Joey Jones, if he would have hit him, it would have been a clip, and then it really puts you in problems.
Second down 9, Ken Toller comes in, replacing, well, just as a third wide receiver. Smith's in there also, and Joey Jones is on the far side. Stoudt has carried the football, and Stoudt picks up about 8 yards, and a flag goes down, I believe. A late hit. The man who did it, I think, is David Greenwood, and he does not believe it.
A foul, number 31, late hit.
That's who it is, David Greenwood, the former All-American out of Wisconsin.
You think they're going for the elbow, Jim?
Oh.
Stoudt was thinking about just in a second. Once he moved up to the inside, should I throw? No, I'll just keep the ball. He makes a move right there. Plummer misses, and then here comes Greenwood. But when he would throw that arm in like a forearm, they're going to call you.
And they did, and that moves the ball to the 44-yard line of Oakland. First down. 2 great drives tonight by the Stallions, and one of 47 yards by the Invaders in this 14-7 ball game. Back to the 2 wide receivers as Darrell Mason checks back in as a tight end on the left side. First down, they give it to the up man, and not much there for Leon Perry. Big man only carried the ball 6 times before tonight.
David Greenwood is a strong safety. See, he's lined up on Mason on the line of scrimmage. That was going to be a safety blitz, I believe. But as soon as he sees the tight end block down, he comes across, gets himself in a football position where he doesn't go too far, and comes back in and helps out on the tackle.
Greenwood was the punter for Michigan. Why not here? Obvious. Stan Talley, who's led the league the last 2 years, is the Oakland punter. But he's a backup. Second down and 9 from the 43. Oh, the right side. That was Mason and Phoenix. Both of them jumped offside. And they did it in concert as though they both were sure they knew the snap count. Nobody else went.
Start, number 71 on the offense.
And 81. We'll give you 81, too. Here it comes. You're right, Jim. They're moving out like they're right, and the other 9 guys are wrong.
Stoudt has completed 3 pass or run the ball 3 times for 33 yards and a touchdown. He's 5 of 9 for 61 yards passing. Pretty good evening for Cliff Stoudt, who had a cast on that elbow Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Smith left, Jones right. 7:15 left in this first half. Stoudt has the time. Oh my, Joy Jones held up, and on Stoudt thought he's going to maybe hold up and keep going, or maybe it's a fly pattern all the way. I don't think he was trying to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, a mix-up in communication. Stout's going to take a look at Joey Jones, and you'll find out when you read his lips. You broke it off when you should have gone up, or did you read it wrong? But the blocking is there. Watch Mason 81 on the outside. Now he's going to block not a lineman, but a linebacker, Carter, number 52. And also grabbed him, but Carter throws him away. But Stoudt is already ready to throw the football. Carter didn't affect it at all.
3rd down and 14. On this series of downs, we've seen a safety blitz as well as a linebacker blitzing. So Charlie Sumner, in an effort to shake up his defense and to get to Stoudt, is trying a few things. Smith was the man in motion, and here comes Stoudt rolling this way, being chased, gets the ball away, but Toller is out of bounds when he catches the ball. It's 4th down, and that'll bring on the punter, Bob Parsons.
Derek Martin again made a great play on Toller that time. He actually forced Toller out of bounds because Toller's coming down, Stout's rolling, and that's a tough pass to throw for a right-handed quarterback running to your left. Watch Derek Martin, 24. Very good play by the corner. Toller makes his move. Martin does. When he sneaks inside now, this forces Toller to go to the outside. Here comes the ball. Pass was there, but it was out of bounds.
Parsons to kick the ball away. Banks back deep, along with Faulkner. Birmingham dominated the first quarter. Now the Invaders are making a game of it, scoring and now stopping Birmingham. Angles it toward the sidelines, but it is taken on the dead run over there by Faulkner, and he gives them fair field position at about the 32-yard line. 6:50 to go in the half, 14-7, Birmingham. Hard return by Banks. First down. That is Holloway, the man in motion. They give the ball to Bentley, and Bentley gets nothing. Nothing at all. And they're talking to Albert as he's down on the ground. Albert, I'm sure you know by now, had one great moment in collegiate football that many people remember aside from himself. He scored the winning touchdown against Nebraska in the Orange Bowl when Miami upset Nebraska 31-30 and won the national championship. 2nd down. From the 32.
That's the only good moment he ever had?
No, I said he remembers a lot of them, but that's one that everybody else remembers. At least I do. Hebert still has the ball. Puts it out here for Holloway, and it is caught. Wow, what concentration by Holloway. Came through flailing arms of 2 defenders, and Holloway caught it. Dumars was back there with Woodbury.
Jim, to make a catch like this, you must have concentration. All right, here's a stunt to the inside. Klein goes one way, and Baggett goes the other way. But take a look where this ball is thrown. You're going to see 2 defenders back there. Woodbury is there, and here comes the ball over. Now, you got to understand something. Holloway is not very tall. So he only sees that ball as it clears Woodbury and Dumars. That's just great concentration.
Carter is to the left. Holloway to the right. First down, 44-yard line. Bobby Hebert says, I want timeout. Took a look at that defense. A little indecisiveness there and said, let's take a timeout. 5:43 to go. First half. Good crowd at Legion Field. And they are, with Verdun topping everybody. But you've got Carter and Banks from Oakland and Smith of Birmingham. And we're seeing that kind of reflection today. Carter leading in average per catch. And Banks and Smith right up there. The wave is going on at Legion Field. It is a first down. Bobby Hebert took timeout. Ball at the 44. Hebert, low hit and brings it down. And that is another blitzing linebacker. This is Ken Kelly, who put down Bobby Hebert. Hebert didn't want to bring that ball back down.
Well, you're right. He didn't want to bring the ball back down. Doug Smith was also in there. But Hebert, watch this now. They know in the last few plays that Hebert is going to step up into the pocket. And when he does that, bang, Ken Kelly is there to take him down. He came back to the inside. When you have a quarterback, Jim, when you know that he steps up as opposed to Stoudt rolling out, you want to rush from outside in towards the middle.
2nd and 16. 5:15 to go in the half. Holloway in motion. Hebert. On this time, and that ball's caught by Carter. Flag down. Could be holding in the backfield. And they're looking at 6'9". It's Dale Markham, the tallest man in the USFL. You don't have to look far. Put Markham next to Derek Holloway. You got quite a contrast.
Well, you had two people holding, but I think they called it on Tracy France, number 64, Jim. So they actually had two people holding because we know that Markham was holding.
He was doing that. Takes the ball back to the 41. Remember, their original line of scrimmage was just inside the 44 of Birmingham. Now it's back on the 41 of Oakland. Malcolm Taylor's come in. They bring out Doug Smith in the defensive line. Taylor's number is 70 out of Tennessee State. Carter and Banks and Holloway and Schumann are all in. 4 wide receivers again for Oakland. Carter goes left. He can handle a job by himself. Holloway is in the backfield. He may go in motion, and Banks and Schumann are to the right. There goes Holloway. 2nd down, 26 to go. And they give the ball off instead. And not much there for Eric Jordan. Jordan, they didn't know whether he's going to play tonight, and both times he's carried the ball and he is playing. He has been stuffed.
He certainly has been stuffed. This crowd, nice crowd. We might hit 50, Jim.
They want to save their Stallions. Marvin Warner had to withdraw his owner. And there are 8 weeks in arrears of the rent with the stadium, but everything is working out because the city feels they need them. Great financial impact by having them here. President Jerry Sklar on with us to describe all of this going on in Birmingham at halftime. From the 45, 3rd down and 22. Holloway in motion. Hebert. Not going to work that way. Not going to do it that way. What a fine play by Mike Perko. Jackie Klein was there, too. Up top, Perko had him around the ankles. Now, that's not anybody blitzing. There's just a down lineman that got to him.
Yeah, but, Jim, as everyone knows about football, we say it enough. When you get in a 3rd and 31 situation or whatever it is, 25, here they come. Because the defensive line, they have no responsibility. Perko on the bottom. Klein cleans them up on the top. When you get 2 guys there, you know they're coming.
Stan Talley has missed a couple of punts. Now he's got a lot of field in front of him. As the safety man, McFadden, is back on the 25. And this time he gets it away, but still wobbling right there at the 19 is McFadden. Now he is the league's leader. Oh, look at the wall over here. But he cuts it back inside and gets to the 25-yard line. 3:18 to go in the half. Birmingham leading Oakland 14-7. And Cribbs gets the ball again. Good play there by the strong safety, and Greenwood out of bounds. They're going to throw his 2nd flag on David Greenwood. He just rode Cribbs out of bounds and put him down and allowed 7 or 8 yards out of bounds.
Jim,
David,
I don't care how tough you are. There's no reason for this because you've got a team in the hole. You're only down by 7. Here comes Cribbs bouncing to the outside, and there's no reason for Greenwood to do this. All right, you made the play. The play is over right now, but don't do this. It's ridiculous.
And then turn around and say, what, me?
Yeah, who, me, worry?
But Greenwood has called for the 2nd time, so he has cost them 30 yards thus far in this first half. On a late hit to Cliff Stoudt, and then carrying Cribbs, their other offensive star, one of their others, out of bounds and wrestling him down. So put the ball just over the 42-yard line, 1st down. Smith to the left, Jones to the right. Showing blitz. Greenwood is there, and he almost takes the ball away from Cribbs. Now Oakland may wind up with it. No, back to Birmingham. What are they going to say? They was throwing the ball. They're saying he's
throwing the ball. I'm going to tell you something. I was looking at the same thing you were looking at because Joe Cribbs went after David Greenwood, and I'll tell you something, David, he's tougher than you think he is. Watch 31 get buried.
Oh, this is something. Watch.
Joe Cribbs, I'm talking about, hammers him. Pass parrying the watch. Watch this. On your back. And then put him in the ground.
I'm not even watching. I thought that was it.
Okay, now Stout's going to get hit from the backside. Was he throwing? There's Cribbs' block again. Goodbye, David Greenwood. Here's the backside smash by Vaughn.
Hey, that was a play.
Oh, was it a play?
Oh, loved it. 2:48 to go. 14-7 Birmingham. Cribbs showing Greenwood, you put me down, I'll flatten you, and you didn't know the very next play. They ran out of time, I think, took too much time.
Oh, is that beautiful? Well, Leon Perry, give him a little credit, first of all, because he slowed up David Greenwood a little bit, but not enough, because Joe took him on one-on-one in his face. And if you wonder if a back not only can run and catch, but can he block, watch this, folks. One more time, it's worth it. And then when he gets him down, now you talk to him a little bit. Come at me again, pal.
And they're talking.
Oh, yeah. And Joe's doing most of it.
5-yard penalty, delay of the game, takes the ball back to the 38. Second down, 15. Showing blitz. They are blitzing. Stoudt in trouble, gets the ball away, and Joy Jones can't get to it, and it's way short of the other man downfield, Jim Smith. It's third down and 15. 2:40 left in the half.
Vito McKeever right on Joy Jones, but the problem is, take a look, the defensive line, they are blitzing. Here they come. From the outside, from the inside, that's Carter, 52. Stoudt moves up inside. He's lucky to get this ball off because here's 52 Carter. As he throws, he gets him right in the back. Here comes Joey Jones on McKeever. Hey, McKeever, he'll take the lean. You're going to lean into me? That's fine. But that's grabbing the man right there. But there's still been a question of whether he had a chance to get to the ball.
Third down, Leon Perry back in the backfield. Usually in this case for blocking purposes to protect Stoudt, which he's done a good job of. Stoudt delivers the ball on one hop to the knees of Jim Smith.
Joe?
That's his elbow, you think?
Well, you know, the one he threw before to Joey Jones, and it was a little short, but he's upset with himself, rightfully so, Cliff, and we're not making excuses because this man, he doesn't want an excuse, but I think, you know, when he snaps it to extend it, it may be pulling a little bit because of his wrap.
Paul, one time he was 5 of 9, now he's 5 of 13. He's missed the last 4 in a row at least. All right, Bob Parsons to kick the ball away. And that is Faulkner back in single safety. And Faulkner's going to get a shot at this from the 25. Question is where it goes. It's all white and red down there. If he gets out of that, which he does. He lost the football, and it is jumped on by number 55, Rich Dixon, just added to the roster this week when McClanahan got hurt. Now, Dixon has more than paid his dues, and Dixon learned how to do that with the Falcons as a special team member. He blocked 2 field goals on the special teams for them.
This is one of the things the coaches really don't like him to do. Start dancing now. If you're going to make a move, make a move. Okay, he does break through, but once he breaks through, is that Toller 58? No, 85 makes one hit, and number 58, Sales, makes the hit. Sales is going to come in there. That's Toller. And watch Sales. Bang. And look at that's Robin Earl, and then Dixon gets the ball back.
He knows how to cover that ball, doesn't he? Ball at the 33-yard line, first down, 2:20 to go, and timeout on the field for some reason. I did not see time called. Is this official timeout, Paul?
It seems to be.
Well, now we see coming back on the field Derek Martin. Whether or not they called timeout for him, I don't know.
No, it's not. It really isn't an official timeout because Bobby Aberry has been back in the huddle the whole time. If it would have been a timeout, he would have gone to the sideline to talk to his offensive coordinator.
It might have been Derek Martin with an equipment problem because he ran back on the field. Maybe they retained. I don't know. But anyway, the clock now starts. They better get this off, but they're at the 2-minute mark, and they've wasted a play. Time is running out. Here's Aberry. Under pressure, throwing sidelines and way past Anthony Carter. And what pressure he was getting from Darnell Wall and Dave Purifoy. I beg your pardon, that is Dave Purifoy. And now, 1:59 to go, the 2-minute warning. Stallions 14, Invaders 7 at Legion Field. Second down 10, a little bit less than the 2 minutes to go in the half. Carter wide to the left. Banks and Holloway wide to the right.
They're doubling up on Anthony Carter with
of steam, and he was taken on there by Chuck Clinton, but he did pick up a couple of yards out near the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 8. Halftime coming up. Alan Harvin had a great day last week. The Baltimore Stars, filling in for the injured Kelvin Bryant, will be our feature at our halftime. And Roger Twibel, one of our USFL and ESPN announcers, will be there to bring you the Alvin Harvin story. It's 3rd down and 8 to go from the 35. Another shot as he overthrows Bentley. Wow, that looked like Jackie Klein in there, and Hebert picks himself up.
This is a long flight back to Oakland, California tonight, Bobby, because here comes Jackie Klein. He just jumped right past Terry Franz, number 64, and
we just showed you the head snap the play before.
Well, this is putting it back into place. One from the back and one from the front. He gets the whole spine and everything all straightened out.
Talley's looking for one of his good kicks tonight. McFadden is deep, inside his own 30. He got it. He got it. McFadden all the way back to the 9-yard line. And that's about all, Thad, as he's knocked down right at about the 10-yard line. 1:37 left in the first half.
See what happens when you run up in there and stop, Jim? Then 4 people hit you. You know, just before we went to the punter, you saw Anthony Carter on the sidelines laughing. Jim, he was open that time. Hebert he does not have enough time to find his people.
Hebert got off to a great start this year. Has 16 touchdown passes. This is a reminder of what's coming up Monday. Did you see Denver against Arizona last Monday night? They looked great. And Tampa Bay, well, they're 5-2 tied with Birmingham at this moment for the Eastern Conference lead. And that's our game Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Got to say, Hebert got off to a great start. Only 8 interceptions. Whoops, not much there, is there? Tommy Carter puts him down. 8 interceptions, but 4 of those were last week. Cribbs is now still going that yeoman work of his. So Perry comes in and Coles comes out. That means blocking time. I think the Joe Cribbs, David Greenwood show was one of the big events of the first half.
Oh, yeah, that was super.
Good game, though. 14-7 Birmingham, just about a minute and 5 seconds to go.
Oakland, if they don't move the ball here, we'll take a timeout after this play.
There's Stoudt drifting back, putting it away high for Joey Jones. Jones looking for the ball, cannot get to it. Hey, that's good defensive work over there by McKeever. McKeever was with him stride for stride, did not play the man, did a good job.
Jim, remember when we showed Anthony Carter keeping his body into the defender so he couldn't do it? Joey Jones does the same thing here, except he misjudges the football because Stoudt lays it out. McKeever is on him. But watch what Joey Jones does now. He backs into the defender, pushes him out of the way, and then McKeever just said, well, I'll just reach over you. You're small. I can knock the ball down. Great defense.
Talk about Jones being small. He's nowhere near small as the Invaders. Derek Holloway is 5'7". Joey is 5'10". But when you consider that Jim Smith is 6'3".
Oh, no.
Hello there. My name is Doug Holly, and I play defensive lineman. And I'm out of SMU, and I just got caught for 5 yards.
Illegal contact, number 99, the defense.
That's Holly.
Jim, you know, when you look at him, and you know the coaches are going to chew him out, so we might as well point out what they're going to do to him when they look at him in the film. Here you are in a 3rd and 9 situation. There's 55 seconds left on the scoreboard. You've got 2 timeouts, the Oakland Invaders. Now you're going to give them a 5-yard penalty, and now they've got 3rd and 4. This changes the whole perspective. They might have had to go for a pass in a 9. Now you have a chance to run the ball with Cribbs for 4.
They've got both running backs in there. Coles hasn't been carrying tonight. It's been all Cribbs, but he can carry. And they give it to Cribbs again. Cribbs bounces right off one linebacker and gets the first down. Bounce right off Shaw, number 58, and gets the first down. And you, Professor McGuire, are exactly right.
Well, I mean, it just changes the whole complexion. Now they can go ahead and let the clock run down. Birmingham's not going to do anything. But they still have 3 timeouts. They're in decent field position. They just want to get out of this thing, but the Invaders will get the ball back starting the second half, and Shaw is leaving number 58 for the Invaders linebacker.
Stallions won the first quarter, 14-0. Invaders are winning the second, 7-0. The game is 14-7 Birmingham. There's Stoudt, and there's a Rare. Well, they can't get the ball away. Rare entire time looking downfield. They had man-to-man coverage on 3 different receivers, and not one was anywhere close to being open. Stoudt had to eat the ball.
Well, he might have had a chance if he had some time. The only man he really could have hit with the football here would have been Joe Cribbs. He's going to come out underneath right there. If he hits him there, now Joe's got some running room. There was a man, John Sullivan, down there, and also Davis, the 5th defensive back. But they're going to let this clock run out. That's all over. They don't have to make a
They can do it because the play clock and the game clock are right in sync. They don't have to get a play off. And they're already heading for the locker room. That's a good first half, folks, before a good crowd here at Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama. Remember our special halftime, Alan Harvin coming up, 14-7. Starters all around the league, too. Memphis has picked up, what, 5 starters. Just for an example, that's on their team. Well, this will be picked up over the head of Hart, over the head of Faulkner, and will go out of the end zone. And so it will be Bobby Hebert starting from the 20-yard line. John Williams, 43. Albert Bentley, 32. His running backs, Anthony Carter, 1. Mike Schumann, 85. Gordon Banks, 88. And Derek Holloway, 29, are the 4 wide receivers. They've all been in there at the same time on occasion. Doug Cozen, the tight end, they haven't thrown his way tonight, 89. Penny and Markham, the tackles, Wiska and France, the guards, and Leonard, center. And now we see on defense that Markham is out, and Wright is starting at that right tackle. Steve Wright, 5-year veteran out of northern Iowa. I don't know if Markham is hurt or not. Here's the pitch back, and this is John Williams, and look at them play that. Nobody. Oh, another flag goes down. After the play is over, a flag goes down, thrown by the umpire downfield.
Holding number 81 on the offense.
That is Brian Williams, a tight end.
Jim, you said look at him play that. Herb Spencer, the linebacker, changed it to the outside, and then Chuck Clanton, who they say is one of the toughest defensive backs in the league with 8 interceptions, but he'll hit you. Watch 55 slide down the line. Here's what a linebacker does. You don't commit yourself until you have to. He gets in there, forces it. Excuse me, I gave it to Clanton, but it was Dennis Woodbury, number 21, who made the tackle.
Tom Turnure is the center now. Reggie Irving is the right guard. Steve Wright, the right tackle. And it may be because they were getting to Hebert that they put almost an entirely new offensive line in there for the second half, meaning Oakland, of course. Ball at the 10-yard line, first down and 20. Hebert puts the ball up, and Holloway, it is intercepted, and guess by whom? Number 9, Chuck Clanton. Number 9, out the hands of Holloway, and into the hands of the man who always seems to be there, Chuck Clanton.
Jim, what they do with Chuck Clanton is he plays basically center field. He's going to help out and read the quarterback's eyes. Derek Holloway, we said, is short. Hebert throws that ball just a little high, but you see 24 Clanton standing back there? He is playing center field. The ball hits Derek Holloway in the hands. They're going to say that Clanton fumbled the football, and they're giving it to the Oakland Invaders. Now, it looked like he had the ball going down. I may want to see this again.
Well, let's see if we can see it. He was in a mass of people there. Let's watch.
All right, here it comes to the back. That's Anthony Carter chasing him. Is the ball coming out? No, the ground causes the fumble. I would challenge this. Remember, folks, we say it so many times, the ground cannot.
They've challenged.
That's right.
And
the replay that they must see is the second replay, where Carter hits him from behind, because it'll show clearly that his arm hit the ground, Clanton's arm, and the ball comes out.
Big play for both teams. If it goes against Oakland, as it looks it might, well, we'll watch again ourselves.
All right, here it comes now. You see Clanton. He's coming across now. He's got the ball. Anthony Carter, number 1, is going to come in from behind to hit him here. Now watch his right elbow stop. Right there, the ball, it hits the ground. His arm hits the ground, and the ground caused the fumble. This should be the Stallions' ball right there.
At the 30-yard line. Again.
The ground. Watch the ground cause the fumble.
Now, they have a man in the press box. As a matter of fact, I know he's in seat C-119.
What do we got?
And he's an official, and he has told Wesley Ward what is happening here.
No fumble.
The ruling is the man was down. There's no fumble. First down.
Aha! It is upheld, and Clanton is thrilled. You bet. Matter of fact, so thrilled he started on the field, and his team's got the ball, and he plays defense.
Charlie Sumner is not happy at all. He's talking over, but you've got to go. I mean, this is the ruling. You've got to go with it, and it is. When Charlie sees it, he's going to find out it is an excellent call.
just unfortunate for his team. But it is a true call, Charlie Sumner.
Charlie's on the field. He's coming out on the field.
We'll go back. Hanging his head. But, Charlie, it is a good call. But the question is now the team must get in there and stop Birmingham at the 30-yard line. And there goes Cribbs for 5, 6, 7 yards. Now here is Darrell Hart. Hart, pretty good run back, almost to the 29-yard line, where Bobby Hebert will come out and try to get his team going again. They were so successful in the first half in rushing Hebert and causing him to throw quickly. And again, they have Turner, the center, Irving, the right guard, and Steve Wright, the right tackle, replacing Leonard, Franz, and Markham, who are the center, right guard, and right tackle.
He doesn't really have Hebert a lot of time to throw the football, Jim, but if he did, I think I'd kind of look at my tight end, who is now Williams, number 81, because the Birmingham Stallions are covering him with a linebacker.
Haven't thrown to a tight end all night, the Invaders. I think Birmingham did once. Here's John Williams, blockers in front of him, across the 30. Wow, down he goes. And don't you think that Chuck Clanton's not playing hard football? Got his 9th interception and made that tackle.
Wiska, number 62, the left guard, gets an excellent block on the outside. Now here comes Williams. There's Wiska's block right in front. And when that happens, just take a look at Clanton. You think Clanton flies through the air. He treats the people as a ball.
2nd down and 3. 11:55 to go, 3rd quarter. Crowd of nearly 50,000. And they're loud. Whoops, mix up there. Bentley's got the ball, and the Stallions have him. Loss on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Now, to guess who went the wrong way between Williams and Bentley, I would have to say it was Bentley because they were blocking wide on this side. There's Bentley going this way, and look at Hebert. He runs into him, but you see, now maybe they were supposed to go the other way. Williams ran the wrong way, but he runs into Hebert. I got to believe with Bentley running into Hebert, he would have gone the wrong way.
Williams did a good job of sidestepping. Carter goes out wide to the left. They put David Evans out on him. He'll get a little help from Mickey Sutton as they're in the nickel defense now. On 3rd down and 6.
That defensive line again. And the blitz.
Hebert puts it out there. Carter, 1st down. Wrestled down across the way by Davis, but Carter again came back for the ball. I said Davis, it's David Evans. Beg your pardon.
Anthony Carter, he's not limping, is he?
Well, just pulling up his pants or his socks.
No, he is. He might have got stepped on, but here comes Anthony Carter again. Just a great move. But what he does now, he's going to play back off of Evans right there and move him to the outside. You can call that an offensive push-off if you want, but Evans is there to make the tackle, but they have the 1st down.
He might have wrapped his knee on the turf as he went down. 1st down. Nobody goes the wrong way. Williams goes the right way, and that's straight upfield. Makes a good cut to the outside, and down he goes. That was Herb Spencer getting a hand on him, slowing him up. Sutton was also there.
Now, this might have been the play they were trying to run before, where Bentley goes first. Watch Bentley. He goes first, all right, doesn't run into the quarterback. Now they give the ball to Williams, who I thought was supposed to come the last time, but this is just good running. Look at how he keeps his legs moving. Herb Spencer gets down there to help. How about but Clanton's in there to make the tackle.
Clanton must want everybody to know he just doesn't intercept passes. He has made several spectacular-looking tackles on the last couple of plays, but the Invaders keep the ball. They've got it inside the 40-yard line of Birmingham. 1st down. There's a quick throw over here. Banks has got another one, his 2nd of the night. Over there with him was Dennis Woodbury. And that picks up about 6 or 7 yards and moves the ball down to the 33.
6-yard gain.
Well, Woodbury's trying to cover Gordon Banks here one-on-one, and this is just a quick 3-step drop, a fire to the outside. You see Sales, the linebackers there. He didn't do any harm to Hebert. And then Gordon Banks Little hook up about 7 yards, makes the catch. Now you must make sure you make the tackle because you get Gordon Banks in the open, he's gone.
Now remember, the Invaders are half the game out of the West lead, and Birmingham is tied with Tampa Bay in the Eastern Conference. Big game, contending teams. There goes Jordan, and that's his best run of the night, and he pays for that. That was Dumars, who came in and really made him pay along with Spencer. But a flag is down at the 37, and holding is going to be called against Oakland.
Jim, that's the same play that they ran with Williams picking up about 18 yards. When they ran it back the other way with Jordan, they just ran it left.
Holding, though, will take the ball back across the 40-yard line. And they'll spot it at the 43. And so it'll be 2nd down and 14 to go. 8.5 minutes left. Charlie Sumner, long-time defensive, has said, that's the thing about Charlie Sumner. He is wondering, he is a defensive genius, make no mistake about it. He is wondering why his team is not playing better defense. Now, this is this man's forte, and he just can't figure out what it is, who's not doing what. It's a mystery to him. 2nd and 14.
Getting that frustrated.
In the middle of a lot of traffic, and is that little Derek Hunt? No, that's Gordon Banks down there in the middle, down to about the 22-yard line, and that gives him a 27-yard line. That gives him a 1st down.
You see Chuck Clanton there pointing. Here's Chuck Clanton's job now. First of all, he took a look at Jordan, number 20, but he's supposed to be playing center field. When he got held up with Jordan right there, they got right behind him. Gordon was it Gordon Banks got behind him?
Right.
1st down.
Mike Samita checks back in. He wasn't even on the roster's given to us as being a player tonight, but he has been in there. Number 90 is a defensive down lineman, now playing the left tackle spot. Markham has come back into the ball game at right offensive tackle for Oakland. Hebert, this is Jordan again. Look out. Gets away from Purifoy. Good run and taken out of bounds. And that is David Dumars that took him out of bounds, a strong safety. A pickup of 7. It's 2nd down and 3.
I got to believe they had a stunt going on that time because Purifoy was in the backfield, and you're right, he got a hand on him that just did not bring Jordan down. We're going to take a look right up through the middle of the field. You're going to see David Purifoy coming right from behind. There must have been a stunt on because he's a defensive end. When he made that move, he didn't make the tackle. David Dumars does downfield. A little help from Evans, not a whole lot.
On the 20-yard line, 2nd and short. White has again replaced Markham at right offensive tackle for Oakland. 17-7 Birmingham, 3rd quarter, 7:15 to go. Holloway in motion. Hebert looks, puts it up, and coming back for the ball and making the catch is Banks. And Woodbury's on him, and that'll take it ball down to the 15-yard line, but that is a 1st down for the Invaders.
The secret to the play with Banks, Gordon Banks, and also Anthony Carter and Holloway, what they do so very well is they go down the field, Jim, anywhere from 10 to 12 yards when they need 4 yards, and then they've got all of that room to work back to the quarterback, keeping the defender behind him away from the ball, and it works for him.
All right, Paul, they took out Taft Sales and put in another defensive back. Took out a linebacker and put in another defensive back on 1st down from the 15. Jordan. He has had a tough night. Maybe he ought to say that thigh hurts again. He told his coaches, I'm ready to play. And about 4 to 5 times he's carried the ball, Eric Jordan has really been put down hard.
I think Doug Smith, number 97, is the man that did it, but there was a force up on the outside. Bentley got a piece of the man, but didn't knock him down. And when he cut back inside, Doug Smith, number 97, just put him down.
He was quite a story, Paul. He was drafted number 2 by the Houston Oilers and chose not to play and did not play, nor did he sign with the USFL team until after last season. And he signed with Birmingham out of Auburn. Now Jordan looking for some more room. It gets down to the 10-yard line and tackled there at the 10. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5. Bill Rowe, who leads the club in tackles, number 52, the middle linebacker, is the man who made the stop.
Baggett was also there. Take a look at the defense, though. Here it comes. Jordan is coming up inside. Bentley's trying to block, and there is Rowe. Meet you head on. Just don't give any ground. It's a 2-yard gain. Now they put him in a 3rd and 5 situation. Surprised to see him roll out here.
Tight end has gone out, Paul, so they got 4 wide receivers again. Holloway setting up. He's a wide receiver in the backfield with Jordan. Check out, that's Bentley back there. And the ball is over for Carter, and Carter is divided in 2 as he drops the ball at the 5-yard line. They're battling for it, but long ago they said, pick it up somebody so we can continue the ball game. Long ago said it was incomplete.
Jim, and they get Oakland in a 3 and 5 situation. They're sending linebackers. The pressure's coming on. This ball is thrown to Anthony Carter. Is it behind him a little bit? There's Evans playing him one-on-one. No, this hits Anthony right in the hand. But you see what he did with his head? He looked back to see Evans instead of concentrating on the football. That's why he dropped it.
All at the 10-yard line. Bjovic comes on without the garlic taped to his ankle, and will try a 27-yard field goal to draw Oakland within a touchdown. 27 yards out, and it is perfect. 2 field goals in the 3rd quarter, 1 by each. 4:53 to go, and again the Invaders have crawled within 7. 17-10 Birmingham. 3 times in 3 tries. Beat him in 83 twice. Didn't play last year. By the way, this is Oakland's first time on national television this year. And some of the Oakland fans in our hotel are saying, hey, how come we're not on more? We're only half a game out of first place in the West. Last meeting, this is what happened here. The Stallions rushed for 255 yards. Bjovic will kick off. Ball is taken back there. 87 last week, remember. He's not at a 100-yarder yet today. Joe Coles comes in as Cribbs comes to the sideline. And they're going with a 2 tight end offense. Leading by a touchdown and without Cliff Stoudt. There's Lane. Lane puts tight end is right there. And that is Robin Earl. And Earl is put down by Bentley. And now, look at this. Bentley and Earl are pointing fingers at one another.
And also, Mr. Smith, Jimmy Smith is taking on, which I don't think is smart, Ray Bentley.
No fun.
And Holly. I mean, if you're going to pick on someone, Jimmy, go after one of those defensive backs. They're a little smaller.
I'd go for Holloway, and I wouldn't give myself much of a chance against him. The ball is at the 37-yard line. That is a first down. First down and 10. Bentley, another one of the former Michiganders, Panthers, now playing for Oakland. 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 17-10 the Stallions, who have lost their quarterback for the rest of this game. And that's Cribbs trying to find running room, and he's going to be buried by Thomas Carter, the linebacker. And see, Cribbs was up to about 87 or 84 yards there, and he lost a few, so he's backing up in Joe's attempt to become the first 100-yarder of Birmingham this year.
He backed up that time all the way to the 10.
They lost a couple.
Carter's coming after him, but they know that they're taking a look, and they're going to, once the whistle blows, let go. Carter did. He made the play.
Big ball game. Both teams in the race. Only the 8th week of this USFL season, however. Long way to go. There's Lane. Looking screen, it looks like. Nope, he's going to put it up. And this is going to be, it is caught! All the way downfield is the tight end Mason at the 21-yard line. And Lane is hooked up on 2 passes here, one for first down and this one for first down and long gain.
He beat David Greenwood, our kicker. Here comes Carter on the blitz now. It's a delayed blitz because he has to cover Coles, the fullback. But the force is on by Holly. And when Lane throws this ball downfield to Mason, Mason was running a little out move, and see Greenwood behind him. He took the out move, broke up field because there's Joey Jones, number 4, back there with him. Mason, instead of going out where he took David Greenwood to safety, then he just turned it back upfield and went for the football.
And Jones got out of the way.
Yeah, I would.
Joey was 162. Mason weighs 222. Cribbs adds some yardage to his total. Getting the ball down near the 15-yard line. Thomas Carter again in on it. And now we see that Darrell Hart, number 7, is in the backfield. And let's see for whom. We see Sullivan. We see Greenwood. I see Derek Martin. I wonder if Hart's playing over there for McKeever on that corner. That's where he is, on the left corner. McKeever's not in the game. 1:15 to go, third quarter. Second down 4. Cribbs again. He doesn't get the 4. He gets a couple. It'll be third and short. Gary Plummer down at the bottom. Number 51 and number 52, Thomas Carter again.
Jim, we've watched this Birmingham team for 3 years, and when they get on a roll running the football, there's Joey 6 away from his first 100-yard game this year. But when they get on a roll running the football, they become awesome because all they do is just keep taking time off the clock. They're up by 7 points, 43 and counting in the third quarter.
This is what Riley Dodge wanted to do, run the ball, but the big gain here is on the long pass from Lane to Mason. Lane gets hit and just has to get the ball away, aiming for Robin Earl. Gets hit by Derek Martin, who was on a, what do you call that, a cornerback
blitz? Corner blitz. You bet.
Well, that's interesting. They blitzed Sullivan, they blitzed Greenwood, and now they blitz a cornerback as well as some linebackers. So they blitzed everybody but McKeever, and Hart's now playing for him on the left side.
I think with a guy like Bob Lane, who's in the game, who really had not played that much this year, Jim, when you get him in a situation like that, you want to blitz him.
31-yard field goal attempt by Miller. Go up by 10 again. And now, quickly, Mike Turner took himself out of the ball game, and Battaglia will go in. Now, he is a center, but he is not the snapper on this, I don't think. He's going to play guard. Turner came off before they had a replacement for him. From 31 yards out, Danny Miller. Kick is down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And it is 20-10. Birmingham, 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. 27 seconds to go, third quarter. Miller, who just kicked the 31-yard field goal to give the Stallions a 10-point lead, will kick off. And this is Hart with the ball at the 11. No place to go there, so he'll try to get outside, and Woodbury's going to make sure he doesn't as he drags him outside. 16 seconds to go, timeout, and it's 20-10, Birmingham leading Oakland. That's half of his total. The previous 3 games, he had no interceptions and 9 touchdown passes. And now Bears team is down by 10 points with 16 seconds to go. Having a fair day today, Clanton got his 9th interception against him. But he has been harassed in a hard-hitting football game on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And here's John Williams, hit in the back for number 87, barreled in, or is that 97? That would be Doug Smith.
Doug Smith, but Dave Purifoy is the man that did it. That's the end of the quarter, but Dave Purifoy turned everything inside.
Jim Simpson, Paul McGuire, Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama, 20-10. We begin the fourth quarter. Second down and 12 from the 25 for Bear and Oakland. And look at this. Everybody was in. They pushed that offensive line of Oakland straight back, led by the blitzing middle linebacker, Bill Rowe.
Taylor, number 70, was also there, but watch Rowe. He is the leading tackler. Watch this. When he takes off for the blitz, he's going. He just runs in and runs over Turner, who is the backup center, and gets right to the quarterback. That's beautiful, isn't it?
I bet you Steve Spurrier and some of his Tampa Bay Bandits are watching tonight because they're tied with Birmingham, and they got a deal with Denver, which looked great against Arizona on Monday night. On Monday night coming, you'll see that on ESPN, and then Tampa Bay and Birmingham meet for the first time this year next week. Third down and 21. Bear. Running won't do it. He's going to throw the ball with the arm. Banks back there, doesn't get it. Banks back there does not get it. Clanton was looking for interception number 10 and did not get it.
Well, the fans got a little upset, but what happens is their legs got tied up. Third quarter stats. Jim, you know, we talked about, well, time of possession, it's even, so it doesn't make any difference. It's a 10-point lead by Birmingham. Look at the total yardage. And still rushing, Oakland only 55, Birmingham 136.
Birmingham, you know, held Baltimore Stars to 96 total yards in a game earlier this year. Talley to kick the ball away. Birmingham leading by 10 will get it back, barring a turnover. Oh, this is driving McFadden way back. He's got it at the 25. Now he's decided to come over. Look out. The official got it. Lost his hat. but he's hanging in there. As McFadden comes over. 20-10. We'll come back. 14 minutes to go in the ball game here at Legion Field. Perry to lead the way for Cribbs. Let's see. No, Perry carries the ball, and he's got the first down, and the flag goes down in the middle of all of that.
Jim, you said before the play, Perry to lead the way for Cribbs. Cribbs led the way for Perry. He got a great block on Ray Bentley, the linebacker who was filling. There was no flag, Jim.
That's right. Let me correct that.
Here it comes. Look at Cribbs right in the middle. He just knocks Bentley out of the way, and there goes Perry up through the hole. Cribbs is a man that makes the block. That's his second great block. You see that right there where he knocks Bentley inside, Leon Perry? Full head of steam, 43-yard line.
First down. 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 20-10 Birmingham. Coles is back in. Smith, the man in motion. And Lane gets the ball low to Coles coming out of the backfield with Bentley, the linebacker, on him. And the flag now goes down.
And I think they're going to call it on Vaughn, number 77.
What is this for? Roughing the passer?
No.
77 on the defense.
You're right.
Unnecessary roughness.
On Battaglia, I think the center.
Reuben Vaughn. Battaglia's battling a hamstring. Here's Reuben Vaughn. Good pass rusher out of Colorado. Has 3 sacks and now 1 penalty.
Jim, and I just watch, you watch all those things and you see Cribbs, who is a great runner, a great receiver. We've seen some excellent blocks. He just got another great block, pass protecting that time for Lane.
Caruth comes in, and Cribbs is walking slowly. I don't think Joe wants to come out. Got 94 yards. There's Bob Lane filling in for Cliff Stoudt, who was injured and on the sidelines. Aggravated the injury to his elbow that was in a cast Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Started off well, but then toward the end of the first half began to bounce passes to people.
Hi, Charles and Mamie.
Caruth in the backfield with Leon Perry. And it is Perry carrying the football. He can carry the football. He is a load, but what a great blocker Leon Perry is. Plummer makes the stop.
I watch Vaughn. You got to watch him after they do this. Watch what Vaughn does to Battaglia. Here's Vaughn hitting Battaglia. He's going to throw him away right there. Then he's going to get hit by Idolette here. Spins back and almost gets into the play. He gets fired up after that roughing call.
That's what is known as being in the trenches. Second down, 7 to go. High formations for one of the few times that they've shown it in this half. They expected to run a lot. Oh, drop the football. Lane picks it up, and Lane battles inside the 35-yard line with Carter hanging on. And Reuben Vaughn is there again, as you'll see big number 77 get up again.
Yeah, but what they did that time is they put Idolette and Battaglia, and they double-team Vaughn. Watch how fast he disappears off the line. Bang, here he goes. He's going backwards. The ball was dropped now. He gets through. And I said that Battaglia and Idolette, it was Pat Saint 74 that was in there, and they just drove him right off the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 3, still made the tackle, and now goes to the sidelines. Coming in is Tim Moore at nose tackle, number 92. But they're controlling the ball. Robin Earl goes in motion. Here's Bob Lane. Bob Lane, oh, look at this. Tell you what, Mason was trying to turn around to get to that ball, and there was another receiver in the territory along with 4 defenders. None of it worked for Birmingham.
I didn't call Pat Saint the last time, but here he is this time. Take a look at number 74. He's pulling out with Lane. He's the guard. Now watch. He's going to sit to the outside, and he moves it on a linebacker, and that's Carter. And you want to see someone on his back, but there's a lineman downfield when the pass was thrown.
Fourth down and 3. Reuben Vaughn is coming back in, and Doug Holly is coming back in as they take out Moore and Carter, the nose tackle and the linebacker, and replace them with big, tough men on 4th and short.
Jim, they've taken a center, Turner, number 64, and he's the tight end on the top side. He reported to the official.
Now, Cribbs trying to get it, and I don't think Joe's going to get it. Nope, does not. The man down at the bottom is Plummer, number 51, and taking over right there at the 37-yard line with outstanding field position, down by 10, the Oakland Invaders. And we got 10-14 left in the game.
Great pursuit by the linebacker. Look, everybody's jammed up on the line of scrimmage. There are 8 guys there. They're sending corners and safeties. The blocking right there. Plummer gets blocked there, but watch the hustle of Plummer. He's going to come back to this side and make the tackle. That's good hustle. Here comes Cribbs again. Coles is out there blocking for him, but he makes a step. The force was back to the outside by David Shaw. When he forced Joe Cribbs out, then Plummer comes in and makes the play along with Derek Martin.
Helped off the field. They lost Tim Lucas and his replacement. McClanahan's not on the trip because of a concussion. So they're having tough time, Oakland, with their linebacking core, keeping them well. First down, 37. Bobby Hebert rolling right. A blitz is on. And he gets the ball away and coming back for it across the way. And they say that he did not make the catch, Derek Holloway. And right there with him was Dennis Woodbury. Second down, 10.
Bobby Hebert is upset. Packett's got him 10 of 17, 127. Take a look at here comes Packett. They're all rushing after him. They're just teeing off and going because they know Oakland has to throw the football. Packett comes out. And he's stumbling, maintains his balance. So it wasn't him. That was 55, Herb Spencer, that came in and just wiped him away.
37-yard line, second down. Banks wide to the right. Anthony Carter's made some great catches tonight. Also dropped one tonight. But he set up the Oakland touchdown with a great catch at the 3. Hebert got all the time this time, and a man wide open across the way. And that is Banks with yet another catch. Woodbury puts him out of bounds. And a flag is down, and they're coming back, and it may be holding.
62 underneath.
62, that's Jeff Wiscombe, the left guard. So the big first down is negated, and Oakland will go back 10 yards.
Strange defense that time, because that time they let the linebackers go back, and they had Perko, number 69, who is the right defensive end. He covered John Williams coming out of the backfield.
9:40 to go. 20-10. Charlie Sumner. His team lost last week. They were upset by Portland. They were down 14-0 in that game. They committed 5 turnovers. Tonight they've committed but 1 turnover, but now they're trailing 20-10. Birmingham has taken it to them. And we cannot emphasize too much how hard hitting this ball game has been. Holloway in motion out of the backfield. 4 wide receivers on second down, 20. Hebert puts it up long for Anthony Carter. Carter, no, does not get the catch. Good play there, and it is Dumars getting up. He made the play. He was all USFL last year, not with this ball club.
Best offensive lineman, Jim, on his team is Ray Penny, number 74. Take a look. He's blocking on Perko here. And he just takes Perko out, and then back, and then watch Hebert get hammered. I mean, this is starting to get to the hurting point.
That's Mike Cimetta again, number 90.
Yeah, he's the guy we didn't know was going to be here. But we see David Dumars going in, almost getting the interception.
Out is 3rd and 20. And again, they have the 4 wide receivers. 5 defensive backs, of course, for the Stallions. Needed here, or Birmingham with that ball control running offense gets it back. Hebert. He's going for everything. He's hung it up way up high in the air for anybody. And look who gets it. Clanton, number 10. His second of the night. He left Woodbury back hurt, but he's got the ball. And his 10 interceptions, his 8 led the league. Now he's got 2 more. And I think that's Woodbury that collided down there with Clanton and the intended receiver Carter. He is still down at the 23. Matter of fact, that's kind of remarkable. From the 41. Good crowd tonight. Crowd concerned about the financial problems brought about by the withdrawal of the owner, Marvin Warner. And look at Cole, or rather I should say Perry. Leon picks up 9 yards out to midfield. Charlie Sumner, a beleaguered man, isn't he?
Well, I'll tell you, he said it to us too, and it's not. He said, what you brought up before, Jim, the fact that, and a defensive coach that he is saying, and I don't know what the real problem is, but the defense is not playing well.
Well, he lost Tim Lucas, as we said. He lost McClanahan, and now Plummer is out, and Angelo Snipes is playing the inside position, and Plummer's his leading tackler. Snipes' number is 59. Oh, nowhere to go there. is it? That is Sullivan getting Cribbs.
That's a free safety blitz, and Sullivan really timed that thing beautifully. He sat back about 4 or 5 yards, then just came up to the line of scrimmage on the outside. The fullback never saw him. Take a look at Coles right here from the outside. Bang!
Now, you probably saw something else. You were looking at that play, but you saw the left-hand side of your screen. Number 51, Plummer, is back in the ball game, and that's good news for Plummer as well as the Oakland Invaders and their fans. 3rd down and about 2 to go.
Timeout.
Yeah, Toler's going one way, Smith another, and Lane's coming off the field.
Timeout.
Using up the timeout. 7:09 left in the game. 3rd down and 2 is the situation for the Stallions. Earlier I called Paul Professor McGuire. Now I'll say Dr. McGuire, because the word is on Dennis Woodbury, it is a bruised thigh. It is not a knee. The knee to the thigh of Woodbury, severe bruise. He may not be back tonight. 3rd down and short.
And it's just historic, I can tell you that.
Here's Lane after the timeout with the play, and it's not going to get it. It all depends on where they mark it. It's going to be about 1.5 yards shy. It'll be 4th down and decision time. Reuben Vaughn, the man causing all the problems.
Boy, you know, John Sullivan that time, number 41, forced again on the outside. Buddy Idlette came out to block him. Really knocked him off his feet. Sullivan's got back up and got to Lane. He really hustled on that play.
Bob Parsons in, apparently to kick the ball away.
Here's where you let it go all the way down and take a 5-yard penalty. It won't make any difference.
He can stand there for 15 more seconds if he won't. Nope, he didn't let it go all the way down. And here's one that you just want to lay off of, too, and it's getting a Oakland bounce, and bounces from about the 12 all the way back to the 19-yard line, and a flag goes down. Some Oakland men were back there with the receiving man of the Birmingham team. And let's see what it is. Way away from where the ball was.
Well, David Evans, number 26, is one of the men that's involved in it, but I think it was the people back there that were receiving the ball. Watch this.
Unnecessary roughness, number 25 on the receiving team after the play. The 1st down this way.
How about that? That's Sutton. The receiving man did something to one of the players that came down. Well, there's the Denver looking good, and Evans, the quarterback, looked terrific last Monday night, and they'll get Tampa Bay and that always good offense.
Jim, I think
Thomas.
Yeah, it was Thomas that time, number 25 on the receiving team.
New Jersey, Doug Flutie, Memphis Showboat. That's next Friday. You're on ESPN. Flutie getting a baptism, and then you see Denver again. And Paul and I'll be out there a week from tonight. Los Angeles Express still looking for Steve Young to get back with it. You're right, Paul. That was Lynn Thomas, 4-year veteran. Used to play with the 49ers, as a matter of fact. That did he didn't like what's going on either. We've had how many unnecessary roughness penalties tonight? 2 against Greenwood. 1 against Holly, was it?
Yeah.
1 against Vaughn, that's 4. 1 against Lynn Thomas, that's 5 that I can recall. 5 unnecessary roughness. And I'll say again, and let Paul point it out a little bit. This is a hard-hitting ball game. Not necessarily because of the unnecessary roughness, but the tackles are tough.
And there's so much at stake for both of these teams. And I just have the feeling there may be a couple more before this game's over with, because it's getting heated.
With 6:17 to go, Oakland needs points. They're down by 10. Batted up. Now last week, that's Doug Smith, I believe, it batted it up. Last week they batted the ball up in the air like that, and Jackie Klein intercepted for Birmingham, and that led to one of the Stallions' touchdowns. This time no one was near to get the batted down pass. 2nd down and 10 from the 10.
You know, is Jackie Klein in there? I think he is. We have not called his name since the first half, and he had a great first half defensively.
Well, there's another one of those bad mistakes by Lynn Thomas, though, Paul. The ball bounced back to the 19 or 20-yard line. He commits a foul. They're back on the 10.
Exactly.
Hebert whips it out there, and Jordan is going to be baptized again by Walton another defensive back, Ted, a 5-year veteran out of Connecticut, number 31. First time we've called his name tonight, and he's not been out there too much tonight.
All right, Walton played to play well. Here's Perko and Penny again. 74 is Penny, 69 is Perko. And Perko, he just can't get anywhere. Wiska's doing a great job on that side also. Can't get anywhere. That's where the blocking is doing well, is on that side. Where they're having problems is on the right side. As you mentioned before, they changed the whole right side of the line, including the center.
Sutton is playing defensive left corner. There are 5 backs in there. He was the nickel back. Now he's playing regularly, so Walton gets the call as the nickel back. Up, lost the football, and they're battling for it at about the 7-yard line, and they say that Oakland has it, but it's going to be 4th down and a bundle. 4th and about 13 yards, and now they need the league's leading punter to get off one of his best punts, if not his best punt of the night. Stan Talley will be kicking from his own end zone, down by 10 points with less than 5.5 minutes to go.
Is it time for a quarterback change? I don't know, but
boy, you can add fuel to the quarterback fire out in the Bay Area. Should Fasano, who did so well in other years for them, play, or should it be this man here, Bobby Hebert? He has not had a great night. There's Talley, and they're coming. Wobbly kick. McFadden was playing it too shallow, and now he's going to back away from the ball and let it roll. What is he doing? Nobody was within 20 yards of him, and I think he thought the ball was going to take a hop that he may not be able to handle cleanly, so he just backed off. And the ball rolls down inside the 20-yard line.
Jim, now people are booing McFadden for this, but he really did the smart thing. They're up by 10 points. And here comes Talley now. He hits this ball very well, and he's kicking to his left, away from McFadden, who's at the right. Now, McFadden, as you said, Jim, was thinking right at that point, well, if I have to run over there and make a catch and maybe muff it down there and fumble it, now the Oakland Invaders have great field position. Let the thing go. We've got a good offense. We have 10 points. The clock is running. We know we can run the clock out.
Well, it wasn't bouncing truly for him, and that's another reason why I'm sure he did. Birmingham, net 10 in the giveaway takeaway department. They led the league last year. First down and 10 for Birmingham. Clock on their side, 4:35 to go. That was a 76-yard punt, by the way. If you want to know how far it was, look at Leon Perry go. He is sandwiched at the 20 after picking up 3, 2nd down and 7. Well, Joe Cribbs didn't get his 100 yards tonight. And he is going to be close to it. But time is running away, and it looks as though Birmingham, barring some kind of big turnover here, is going to be able to run some time off the clock and have a good opportunity to be 6-2, the best record of anybody in the league as this weekend starts. A lot of the Birmingham fans, and there are a lot of them here tonight, figure this ball game is over. They're on their way out.
Especially with their offense. Cribbs was at 94 yards at one point. They'll give it to him here and let him get it.
Yards before that play. So one little burst here, and Joe should be able to do something. Now, the Birmingham Stallions, we told you, they get Tampa Bay. They can sit back and watch Tampa Bay play Denver Monday night here on ESPN. Then they play Tampa Bay, and look where the game is, right here, before they go on the road to Jacksonville and Memphis. And then Paul and I'll check back in town for the weekend of May 11th to watch Portland come down here. The 24-yard line, 3rd down and 3 minutes left. Oakland in danger, as Perry carries the ball, of losing its 3rd in a row. That's Coles. They started out with a win over New Jersey. Birmingham did, then lost to Denver, and Denver gets Tampa Bay. Lost big to Denver, then beat Orlando and Memphis and Baltimore and Jacksonville on a 4-game winning streak before San Antonio upended them with 5 turnovers last week. There is the clock. And Oakland will get the ball back, so don't count this in the win column for Birmingham yet. One quick play, there's Bob Parsons. He's got to get away a good kick tonight. The deep man right there is Sean Faulkner. Some of this giant crowd leaving may give pause here. Now Parsons did a good job there of letting a lot of time run off the clock. Faulkner picks it up. and trying to make something happen, but nothing's going to happen. But they will get the ball at about the 35-yard line. And they'll have a chance for a play or two, depending on what kind of play it is, incompleted pass. But if they do something well, they'll have a chance for 1, maybe 2 plays before the 2-minute warning. Well, they need not call timeout here, but they need something big and in a hurry. And Hebert is the quarterback. Parents came over to watch him tonight, and I'm sure they're proud of Bobby, but I'm sure Hebert is not thrilled with his performance this evening. The only touchdown was a running touchdown by John Williams, but it was set up by an Hebert to Anthony Carter pass at the 3.
I don't care how good a quarterback you are, Jim. If you don't have the time, there's a 2-minute. They didn't get the playoff.
They got 11 seconds to get the playoff after they got the ball and didn't do it.
But I'm saying, if you don't have the time to throw the ball, I don't care how good you are, you can't get it there.
Not have the time. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. We're Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama. The club. They're trying to refinance the club. They think they're going to do that. They think they're going to work out something along with the city to be able to use the stadium that they paid a lot for. And Cliff Stoudt hopes that he'll be able. Remember, he was 5 of 9. He went up 5 of 15 with that elbow. He's out. Maybe another week's rest will help him. But Oakland wants to avoid its second loss in a row at the start of the year. Hebert gets the ball, and that's Bentley out of the backfield, and he got all of 2 yards. Yeah, the 37-yard line. That's
all that play does is keeps the clock going.
And that's taken 15 off so far as they go to the hurry-up offense. Stallions will be 6-0, momentary leaders in the Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay by winning would tie them. Out here is Anthony Carter. Oh, what a move. What a move by that man. He's down, but you can see the quick moves of Anthony Carter. And Oakland, should they lose, would be 4-3-1, and that's even more devastating. They drop a game and a half out of the lead in the West.
Anthony Carter just drifted down to about the 50-yard line, but how dangerous he is when he gets the football. Here he breaks back. Herb Spencer misses him, but he picked up maybe 1 or 2 yards on that play. Now they're going again. Hurry up. Dumars had touchdown all over it. He makes one more step. They were throwing the ball out there to Bentley, Jim, and Dumars had it. He knows it.
And, of course, Woodbury has not come back into the ballgame. Sutton continues to play the corner. 1:13 left. Now, Oakland is completing its 4th road game. They will be glad to get home. They get San Antonio a week from Monday, and 5 days after that, they get Arizona. Again, over there, and again, that is Bentley. Bentley should try to get out of bounds. And they say he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 1:04 left, down by 10 points.
Well, Bentley knew one thing. You know, you're right about getting out of bounds, Jim, but Bentley knows that, I think he does anyway, I'll give him the credit for it, that the clock does stop when they move the chains inside the 2 minutes. But it's going to start, and they're still going to lose some seconds. Now, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8 seconds. On this side, Carter can't hold on to that one. That stops the clock with 53 seconds to go. But I think it's safe to say, barring one of the more miraculous finishes we've seen in some years, that the Stallions have won this ball game.
Chuck Clanton, number 24, with 2 interceptions. He's hanging around down by the goal line.
He loves this.
Yeah, he's looking for something deep back there. He just said, I'll wait down here by the goal line. You throw something deep.
You could almost see as Joe Cribbs wound up with 93 yards and 24 rushes. You could almost see the disappointment in the defensive back's eyes when Oakland opened early with a lot of running plays and did not put the ball up.
Clanton, he's down by the 14-yard line. Now he's going towards the end zone.
Nope, they'll put it out over here. That's Carter again. Oh, look at these moves. If he can make something happen, and he can't. He could get in the end zone. They still had a shot. That'll stop the clock.
There are very few people that can do what he just did. When he went downfield, Carter, Jim, he looked where the defensive back was. Watch it. Watch his head. He knows the ball's coming. Now watch what he does. Oh, we lose him out of there for a second. But he looked downfield to see where the defensive back was, and that was David Evans. As soon as he caught the ball, he moved back away from him.
Here's Hebert. Underthrows for Bentley. With Dumars Jaguars again in the territory. 30 seconds to go in this 20-10 ball game. Doug Smith checking in. Defensive tackle, Birmingham. They'll take out Malcolm Taylor. Well, if you're going to please your fans who want to keep you in your city and help you with your finances, that they all do, this is the way to do it. Win a ball game and almost dominate the game. Charlie Sumner's group has not really been in the game. They're within a touchdown, and that's been about it. That's the closest they've been.
When Raleigh takes off his headset, does that mean it's over?
Like Red Auerbach lighting up the cigar. Second down. And over there again, and the ball is pulled out by Banks. And he reaches out to stop the clock with the first down. 23 seconds to go. Time is called. By the way, it has been proven that the Birmingham Stallions in this city, a USFL team, generated about $16 million in revenue for the city the first year they were here. About 18 last year. They expect about $22 million to be generated by the team this year. That's another reason why city officials want the Stallions to stay here. Not a bad franchise. They just lost their financial support when Marvin Warner ran into financial trouble.
They're staying here.
Oh, yeah. 23 seconds to go. They need the quick score. And then they need the onside kick. And then they need at least a field goal. And by the way, Oakland has been in overtime before. They tied Baltimore 17-17 after an overtime period. The USFL on ESPN Monday night. Denver looking good last Monday night against Tampa Bay, which now must win to stay in a tie. The Eastern Conference win with Birmingham. And then New Jersey with Doug Flutie at Memphis. It's got its own good quarterback in Walter Lewis. And Los Angeles hoping for the return of Steve Young back at Denver, where Paul and I will be next Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. This game is not yet over, not quite. Ball inside the 4-yard line. Schumann wide to the right. Carter inside of him. Holloway in the backfield. That's Holloway in motion. Hebert. They need the touchdown. They got the touchdown, and that's to Anthony Carter. And now 19 seconds to go, and it is 20-16. Becomes a very important extra point. They got to get the ball back on a onside kick attempt, and then Boyovich has to do his thing.
Can you believe how wide open he was? I don't know if anybody even watched Anthony Carter. He just slides over. They must have playing zone. It's the only thing I can think of, because the closest man to him is a linebacker, and that was Ken Kelly. You're going to see him. They had a blitz on, which you would think would be man-to-man coverage on a blitz, but Anthony was wide open.
Novo to try the extra point. Hebert's thrown his 17th touchdown pass. And now we've got a 3-point ball game with 19 seconds to go, and who knows, maybe it could be one of the more miraculous finishes. Before a big crowd, 20-17. For the moment, they lead the Eastern Conference of the USFL. 4 games coming up. Monday night, Denver gets Tampa Bay trying to tie Birmingham in the East. Then New Jersey and Memphis next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Doug Flutie on display once again. Paul and I'll rejoin you in Denver next Saturday night when the Express come to town to face the Denver Gold. Well, Joe Cribbs, better than 90 yards tonight. He scored the first touchdown from 9 yards out to make it 9-0 as the Stallions looked excellent in the first quarter. And then Cliff Stoudt, who is a pretty good running quarterback himself before he left with that injured right elbow, carried in for 9 more yards. And at the end of the quarter, it was 14-0. The margin of victory was provided by their little field goal kicker, who missed once last week, was partially blocked last week when they lost to San Antonio. Danny Miller knocked one through, and that was the margin of victory in this 20-17 ball game. Great ball game, big crowd, and kind of a save the Stallions for Birmingham night. Miller emphasizes how good they felt about it, for after all, they are with Tampa Bay now. Raleigh Dodge is the winner again. He can watch Denver play Tampa Bay on Monday night as he goes over to talk to good friend Charlie Sumner, who is glad to get off this long road show of his. 4 games on the road. He has lost the last 2. I'm Jim Simpson, along with Paul McGuire. We will see you, Paul and I, 1 week from tonight from Denver. Good night from Lincoln Field, Birmingham, Alabama.